Welcome back. In the previous lesson, we looked at how to code variables. And we coded the variable gender, age, and a lesson, whether one finds the lesson good or not. And now, we want to move further to actually enter the data, and we use the down button there, the data view. And when we go to the data view, what we see is we see still rows and columns. So the elements that we had coded as variables, they are now they are in columns, the gender, the age, as to whether the lesson was good or not is on that. And then on the other side, you can see on the variable view, we see them in rows. Now, let's look at the data that perhaps we collected, and it is in the developed a questionnaire here. So we have like questionnaire number 1, which had Joe, which had who had was age 6, and to what extent do you like statistics? Said 3, not sure. Then we have there Marie in question number 2, questionnaire number 2. So these are things that we are going to actually record in this in the data view. So let's start by Joe. So Joe, gender, the gender of Joe is male. So male was, maybe we are not sure. Let's go and see about the gender on this. Also was male. Male is 2. So then we'll go to the data view. We see gender for Joe was 2. Then we write 2. The age, what is the age? Oh, and then we have there the age is 6. So we are writing age 6. And then as regards to lesson, whether it was good or not. So let's see there. So it is 3, not sure. So we record there 3. Then for the next respondent, that's question number 2, we have Marie, who's age 3. So there we put Marie. First of all, the gender is female, so is 1 because male was 2. So age, we said age 3. As regards to whether they like the lesson or not, whether it was good, so we have there 2. Okay, a 2, so put a 2. And then we move further to the last respondent, who is Clément, and Clément is female. So female was 2, according to our data. Female was 2. So was female 2? Oh, let's just check. Female is 1. Female is 1. So we have to write there 1. And then we have their age. Age is what? Age, when you look at the age, is age 15. So this is the data we collected. So age 15, right here inside age 15, 15. Then also not 155, but 8. Then the lesson, whether it was how they found the lesson. So let's look. 4. Which means it was really on the very on the good side. So 4, we put 4. So this is how actually we record the data, and from here we can actually we can be able to analyze this data in a number of ways. We want to find out just mere analysis. So basically, this is the way how to actually input the data. And we can actually look at this data in a number of ways. When you click on this, on numbers, so it gives you actually all the elements that were as values, they actually change to text. you can see as text male, female, and so on, and then neutral or disagree, agree about the lesson being good. If you click it again, then you can see here on this function here, then it gives you in terms of the codes, the way you have coded it. So this actually shows that you have recorded your data well, except actually you have recorded it well. What doesn't change is only the age. And you remember in age, we didn't have any preloaded values. So the values were none. So they were actually streaming as we were recording. So no wonder we don't have that field is not changing. The field of age is not changing if we click this, which actually changes from the numbers to text. Now we can do an analysis of this data, and the basic analysis is to look at the frequencies. We could say how many were males, how many were females. So we go to analyze, and on analyze we go to frequencies. On frequencies you click frequencies, and you can now once you click on the variable, it means the variable is selected, ready for analysis. So now we want just the gender, so we go there, we want the gender, what was the composition of the gender, and you can see there we had 1 male and 2 females. But if you have a long list, then you may not be able to analyze manually. So we put in this one, this arrow takes you to select the variable, and you can actually deselect the variable. So now we have selected gender, we go to charts, and we can make a pie chart. You can select a pie chart. You want it to be in percentages. You have a number of options to do there. So you can have frequencies, you can have percentages. You continue, then you say okay. Then what you find there displayed is actually the table. You find the table being displayed, which shows just you find the table displayed there about the gender. So there were 2 females, there was 1 male, and there were 3 in total. And then you have there the percentage, 33% being male, whereas 66. And in terms of the graph, you can see the pie chart. From the pie chart there, let me just bring it up. So the pie chart, and then you have the gender there, and you can even actually put the values within. You double click it. Once you double click, it takes you to this dialog box. So you go on elements, and then you choose there, you choose show data labels. You click inside, then you see the pie chart is actually having values in. Okay, then you can close it. The moment you close, it's affected to your report. It's actually everything is affected to your report. So this is basically how to do a brief. No, I don't want to save this. So this is a way how to do a report. I'll just do it again. I'll just do again. So analyze, descriptive statistics, frequencies. Now I don't want to do the gender. I want to do the let me do the okay. Let me do the age. Okay, the age. I also select charts. Let me do a pie chart. Then I want frequencies. So I say okay and okay to see what is the report. So in actual fact, when you see there in terms of the frequencies of age, they were all different ages. So you had age 3, age 6, and age 15 as single. Each one was there as a single record. So this is how to actually go about doing the report. So just to recap, maybe let us record one more variable, and let's so we go to variable view, and in the variable view, let's say we have one more variable that is, do you like the lecturer? And there is the records, the responses are yes and no. So then we'll go there. We want about liking the lecturer. So that unique name, we put it there. The answer, what would be the response? Will it be a number? Will it be a text? And you're right, it will be, it won't be a text, it will be actually a string. Do you like? Yes or no. So it will be a string. So the question is, do you, we just put in, do you like the lecturer? And by the way, you can as well extend this, okay, by dragging it on the top there. So values, because we have options yes and no, so we'll put options 1 is a yes, then 2 is a no, so put yes and no, then we okay. Now in terms of measure, is it ordinal or nominal? And yes, you're right, this is a nominal variable, so it has no particular order, so it's a nominal variable. So this is how we would actually code the instrument. Let's look at the data and the data view, and that variable has already been created. So let's look at the data itself. So we included the gender, and since we included gender, so the first is male. Sorry, do you like the lecturer? So the liking, do you like the lecturer? So it's yes. So the first respondent is a yes, so we put a 1. Let's change it to these to ones and say okay. Then we go to the other one. The second respondent, remember the numbers, they symbolize the number of respondents. So in our data here, the second respondent is Maria. Who, do you like the lecturer? Said no. So a no is a 2. And then for the other, the third respondent is Clement, and Clement said no. So no is a 2. So we have actually recorded that data again in our SPSS, and we can actually still analyze using descriptive statistics, frequencies, then descriptive statistics. We can actually put all the variables together. So you have the gender. Once you click, it goes on the other side. You click, it goes on the other side. And you can as well say, wow, now you want bar charts for everything, and you want percentages to be displayed as values there. Then you're okay. So first you see the tables. You see the tables actually showing. So frequency table of age. So we have there about the age. Then we have frequency table about the gender, how many there were in terms of frequencies and percentages. And now let's go interestingly about what we just input. Do you like the lecturer? So yes and no. So 1 said yes, 2 said no, and it gives us the percentage there. Then we can actually go down to the graphs. So we can see the graph for gender, male and female. We can similarly do the same thing. We double click it. Once we double click, we go to elements, and we can actually click show data labels. Show data labels. And once we click that, you find the data labels are actually showing there. So this is basically how to go about doing recording data in SPSS. This has been a wonderful moment, and I thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Until we meet in the next lesson.